tomorrow.
That's crazy. Aaron Rodgers is too good.
I know.
That's why
they almost got the win in Seattle. Yeah. Yep. Minnesota and Green Bay chasing Chicago in the NFC North. The Bears moved to 8-3 on Thanksgiving. They haven't won the division since 2010. Now the Packers and the Vikings hovering right around 500, both in desperate need of a win. So, Mike Rob, let's talk about this division. The NFC North. Who wins it? How many teams get in?
Well, I mean, you have to say that the Chicago Bears are in the driver's seat. They have a championship defense. They have a play caller in Matt Nagy who has enough diversity in offense that's going to keep any opposing defense kind of at bay to a degree. Quite frankly, I think the NFC North only gets one team in. I think it's going to be the Chicago Bears. I think the other wild card teams are going to be the Seattle Seahawks. They're running the ball over 30-something times a game.
Number one in the league.
Number one in the league, averaging almost 170 rush yards a game in their win streaks. And then the Carolina Panthers, they're playing great football right now. So I think the Minnesota Vikings don't get in. I don't think none of those other teams get in. I like the Chicago Bears this year.
It's amazing that the Bears are 3-0 against division opponents in the last 12 days when they didn't win a division game last year. And John Fox only won 3 division games in his entire tenure with the Bears. That's outstanding, the way that Matt Nagy has been able to turn this thing around.
This is the end of this 5-game stretch for the Packers that started on October 28th, and we talked about how it was an absolute gauntlet for them. And I said, what's a good record for them? 2-3 is a good record. Right now they're sitting at 1-3 with that win over the Dolphins there. So if they get this victory, they're good. I figure if they go 1-4 that they were going to be cooked, even though the schedule now starts to soften up. After this week, Arizona and Atlanta at home, then at Chicago, tough one, but then at the Jets and a home game against the Lions to close it out. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's going to get tougher here because they've got at New England and at Seattle. So the long and short of it is I think the loser of this game is probably going to be on the outside looking in, and the winner is still going to have a fighting chance here.
And I'm not so sold on the Carolina Panthers. They still have to play the Saints twice.
Yeah.
So the Saints are fighting with the Rams to try and have that best overall record so that the playoffs go through the dome and not have to go on the road. So, listen, we don't know until they play these things out. That's the beauty of it. You know, we don't know until they play the game.
Yeah. The Panthers, I can't believe that they have dropped 2 straight games.
Right.
This week is so important.
Why did he go for 2? What was
I don't know. That's what he does.
I like the call, Bart. I get what you're saying. I like the call. But
it's the Lions,
the dude was wide open. Just hit him.
I know.
He was wide open. If you got a good 2-point play, run it. And this is my thing. I almost wish that the guy wasn't wide open because then Cam would have just ran it and it would have been easy fix.
But you give yourself more options if you just take the play, take it into overtime. You're the better team. You get 2 opportunities if they don't score on the first one, or you get the ball.
Big if.
Riverboat Ride.
If they don't score.
All these analytics is destroying baseball. Now he's destroying football.
No.
Go with your gut.
The gut. To me, the gut feeling was going out there and go see.
Are you telling people to get off your lawn? You're all these analytics people. So you think
I like
the Packers? What do you think about that?
I think Green Bay can potentially win this division by half the game. Yeah, I believe so. All they got to do is take care of business. I think they can run the table. I like what they're doing, running the ball with Aaron Jones. You know, the defense is opportunistic.
Will Mike McCarthy call the run game? Will he call it more than what he's called it? Is he going to manufacture any offense from the sideline? That's the whole reason why Aaron Rodgers pissed off right now.
I'm putting it on A-Rod.
Oh, you can put it on A-Rod.
A-Rod. I'm putting it on him
to continue to cover up the inconsistencies of this roster.
He can call his own plays. He understands what's going on. He's a better player. They're a better team when they're running the football.
How come they don't have more
Listen, they lost some tough wins. They lost last week. I was encouraged that they went out there with the 12th man, dealt with all that, a team that'll hit you in the mouth, and they hit back. So that was something that you can build off.
And I will tell you this, just talking to people out there, the tensions are there. Okay, now that can embolden you.
Shots fired.
And that could bring you together down the stretch, or it can cause things to start to crumble, and then you got to make some kind of decisions going forward.
You know why? Because Aaron Rodgers is looking across the National Football League. He's seeing the offensive play callers in Los Angeles and Andy Reid, what he's doing in Kansas City. He's like, dude, why can't I get any easy offense? Aaron Rodgers has to use every one of his God-given ability, all of his skills, just to get simple passes downfield. That's not good.
He's missing Randall Cobb. He really liked Geronimo Allison, who's on IR. I mean, so he's dealing with a lot of young receivers, and there's some growing pains, too.
They didn't make the moves, man. They got 2 first-round draft picks next year. They should have made a move for Shady or try to get Lance Bell to come there. They didn't. They weren't aggressive.
Yeah.
Jake Kumerow, preseason sensation. Jake Kumerow riding to the rescue. Starting this
That'd be
week.
dope.
Let's shift it over to
Let's
the
see.
NFC East and two teams with a long history of really not liking each other at all.